Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie. Today I'll be showing you part one of a stairwell makeover. It's actually going to be 4 different spaces at the end of it. I'm starting with the stairwell, but the stairwell connects the front entry and the back entry. And the pony wall that basically stops people from falling off the second floor into the stairwell is the backsplash to my dining room. So I'm going to be doing stairwell, garage entryway, front door entryway, and then the dining room. And I've got lots of plans and ideas, and it's gonna be amazing. So definitely like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I upload a new video. This is basically just a start. It's gonna be the demoing of the stairs and everything you need to know about doing that. So be sure to follow along. It's going to be really pretty when it's done, I promise. You'll see some renter-friendly solutions, some not so renter-friendly solutions, definitely a lot of small space solutions because this is a condo and there are lots of little nooks and crannies that are very difficult to decorate around. So it's gonna be fun. So join me and I hope you enjoy this video.
Okay, so this is a view from the top of the stairs. As you can see, some of the baseboards on the left there have already been pulled up. We have this old dingy brown carpet and there's sawdust all over it from me doing projects. I have these hooks on the left here that hold dog stuff, umbrellas, and then over here I have a shelf, more dog stuff, and a little rubber tray for shoes. It is not functional at all. I definitely need more storage, more sawdust, and this is the only place in the house that has carpet, and it's been here forever. As I'm about to show you, the top tread has been peeling up for a while. I didn't have to pull hard at all. It just lifted right up. And then we have this foam underneath. We have a million staples, some white paint, and a little bit of carpet glue. So this is what we're starting with. And I apologize for some of the footage in this video. I'm transitioning from making vertical videos to making horizontal videos, and sometimes I forget because holding your phone, it's just kind of easier. This is the top of the stairs. Sometimes when I start DIY projects, I'm like, what am I doing? I have no business doing this. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I pull up this old builder grade work and I'm just like, oh, that's not even good. I can do that. This wallpaper was me, but this top part of the pony wall was not. It was just 2 pieces of wood butted together with some trim. It was not mitered. It just looked super sloppy. So I'm pulling it all off along with the wallpaper. So this can be a good backdrop for my dining room, which will be a future video. On the other side of this pony wall, we have these handrails, which will also be removed. They're just pieces of wood stuck with long screws and some glue. So we'll be removing those as well as the peeling paint. These are the tools I use to remove the carpet and then move on to the staples. This honestly took forever, and I recommend you getting vertical pliers, which I didn't get until I had done way too many stairs, but it helped a lot and it got the staples out way quicker. And even after I thought that I got every single staple out, I still had more staples to go. I had to keep stopping while I was sanding the stairs to remove more staples. So if you think you're done, you're not done. Use vertical pliers, learn from my mistake. The crowbar was also indispensable in this process. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because you do not need this much footage of me doing this, but I did want you to see what a struggle it was so you don't jump into this haphazardly like I did. And also notice the rotation of every different tool. I just grabbed what I thought would help me most at the time. Also, another recommendation, buy leather gloves. Again, something I didn't buy until later on in this process, and that was a mistake. Buy them before. All of these staples are just from the very first step, and that isn't even all of them. Just the top part of the step, the part you walk on, and then the front of it, the riser, those are the staples, and there was more that I threw away. So each step had about that many staples, more than that many staples. So I think this is a little bit of like some water damage right here. Other than that, I got pretty lucky. These steps seem to be in pretty good condition. They just have some paint that needs to be sanded off, staples that need to be removed, a little bit of carpet glue that can be scraped off. They're pine treads. They look finished. I honestly expected to find just particle board under here, but I'm super glad that wasn't the case. I do intend to attempt to stain these. If I'm unable to do that, I will paint them, but I want to try to stain them first. I just love the look of bare wood stairs. You're about to get a glimpse at the TV show I was watching, points if you know what it is. If you take a look at the landing, there are big gaps on either side, which would not be covered up by the baseboard, probably because they weren't worried about it. It was covered up with carpet, and then it seems to be attached with these huge L brackets and huge nails. Like, I think this is what the Romans used on Jesus. They were so big. I found out later this whole landing is connected to a big piece of cement with these nails. So I've pried it up, and I will be cutting a new piece of plywood to fit in this space. Down at the bottom will be a garage entryway. So all of this is cement. I don't want to worry about sawdust all the time, so I will be tiling it. And then where that shelf was before, I plan on building some more storage for my dog accessories, as well as some winter coats so I don't have to store them upstairs. It's not cold that frequently in Florida, so I don't like it taking up closet space in my bedroom. This is with everything pulled up. As you can see, there's a bunch of paint, glue that needs to be peeled up, as well as baseboards and the handrail that still needs to be removed. And hopefully this video helps someone, because I searched all over the internet and couldn't figure out how to remove these handrails. I didn't see anybody who had handrails like this. They just have these little screw covers, and I tap them off with a chisel and a hammer. They popped right off, and then inside of those are like some 3-4 inch nails, which are attached to 2x2 that's on the inside of this hand railing, and then that has other screws inside of it. I got as many of the screws out as I could, but some of them were just stripped. I tried using a stripped screw kit and failed. I've never successfully used one of those. I tried using a crowbar and my husband's brute strength, and that also failed. So when in doubt with DIY, if you hit a wall, just treat it like a test. If you don't know the answer, don't sit there and waste time on that question. Just move on to the next. So I just moved on to the next, which for me was sanding. It helps with impatience and feeling a lot less frustrated that you can still accomplish something, and that gives you more time to figure out how to do the other thing. And if you've been sitting here thinking, Stephanie, did you even tape? Did you even cover stuff up? No, I did not, as you can tell by my super drywall covered table. I did actually hire a cleaning crew to come take care of this. I, for some silly reason, thought that the drywall dust would stay in the stairwell. It did not, and this is the evidence of that. And since I was making a mess anyways, let's just go all in and scrape the ceilings down here. I used a paint sprayer filled with water to spray the ceiling and let it kind of get pregnant with water, and then I used this really wide drywall paddle, and it came right off. Inevitably, I had to return to the problem I could not solve, which was this handrail. The screws were stripped. As you can see, there's a 2x2 inside of there, which catches every piece of dirt and dust imaginable. I did cut the seal of paint, which helped me pull it away a little bit more, but in the end, I just didn't have the right tool, so I called my handyman Jose so he could help me out. Jose is the absolute best. He is always there to answer questions for me, and when I get stuck, he comes and saves the day. Jose, like me, came to the same conclusion that we would not be able to remove the stripped screws, so he used his Sawzall to cut through them, and once he got to the 2x2 on the inside of the handrail, he was able to use his impact driver, which if I had had one of those when I started this project, I would not have stripped the screws in the first place, but now I have one for the future, and now I know. But I had purchased that. I had purchased a mouse sander, an angle grinder, which I used in the garage and would have been too big, and new blades for my oscillating saw, all of which were too big and didn't work. So at this point, it was just buy another tool or hire someone who knew more than me. And luckily, Jose got the job done. On the other side of the pony wall, I used these two items, Zinsser DIF and this little tool that you can buy together or separately. It has these little rollers on the back, and you just spray the DIF and then you roll this over the wallpaper. I peeled off as much wallpaper as possible, and then I used a scraper to get off the rest. A lot of paint came off, but honestly, that's just my walls. As you can see, plenty of paint came off in the stairwell too. I'm gonna have to scrape that, and I will be showing you how I repair these walls in the next video. That's it for part 1 of the stairwell makeover. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification for part 2, where we will be filling holes, patching walls, priming and repainting, replacing this landing, staining the stairs, and preparing for tile. And I will show you the plans I have for this space. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll see you in part 2.